Hello, are you ready to learn for today? What you will learn for today will be the third part of simplifying radical expressions, wherein we will study more laws of radicals that can be used in simplifying different kinds of radical expressions. So, what are these laws? The following laws are used to express radicals in simplest form. So, let's go to this first one. Yan, yung idea natin before ng transforming radical expression into an expression with rational exponent. So, gagamitin natin mamaya itong form na to wherein i-reduce natin sa lowest term yung rational exponent at ibabalik natin siya ulit sa isang radical expression, but in simplest form. Next, we'll be reducing the index to the lowest possible order. So, mamaya makakita tayo ng radical expression na katulad nito, nested radical expression, wherein just to simplify this kind of radical expression, we just need to multiply the index, yon, or their indexes. The third one will be the quotient law of radicals, wherein it says that the nth root of x over y is equal to the nth root of x over the nth root of y. So somehow, medyo similar siya dun sa product law of radicals natin. Dito naman, imbes na paghiwalay yung factors, yung quotient, yung pinaghiwalay, numerator tsaka denominator, we're getting the individual roots of them. Para mas maintindihan natin kung paano ginagamit tong mga given law of radicals in simplifying, let's try to have this as following examples. So ito muna yung paggamit ng transforming radical expression into an expression with rational exponent. So let's have number 1. Yan. All we need to do is to simplify the fourth root of x squared. So, ang gagawin natin dito, ita-transform muna natin siya sa isang expression na may fraction or rational exponent. So, dito, yung 2 yung tumata yung m natin at yung n naman natin or yung index natin ay 4. So, we'll try to reduce it into an expression that is equal to x raised to 2 over 4. Once again, yung exponent ng ating radicand will be the numerator and then the index will be on the denominator. So, ang gagawin lang natin is kukuhain lang natin yung lowest term nitong 2 over 4. So, ang gagawin natin is divide natin sila both by its GCF, which is 2. So, divide both of them by 2. Yan. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Therefore, the lowest term of this exponent will be 1 half. So our expression will now be x raised to 1 half. And this is already in simplest form, but we have to make it into a radical expression. So ang gagawin lang natin dyan, babalik lang natin. So once again, gagawin nating index itong 2, and then yung exponent ng ating radicand will be 1. So ito yung itsura niya. Ito, nakita niyo, ito yung denominator, naging index, and then yung exponent na numerator will be the exponent of the radicand. Now, the final answer, we can just remove that one inside that radicand, and the final answer will just be square root of x. So, automatic, the index is 2. We can just write it as square root of x. Next, let's have number 2. We have now the given the 12th root of a raised to 3 or a cube. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, ganun pa rin. We transform this into an expression with rational exponent. Numerator si 3 or nasa taas si 3, and then denominator or nasa baba si 12. So, it will become a raised to 3 over 12. And all we need to do is to get the lowest term of this 3 over 12. So, ang GCF nila ay 3. So, we divide both of them by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So, our expression will now be a raised to 1 over 4 or 1/4. Yan na yung lowest term ng 3 over 12. Ngayon, ibabalik natin siya ulit sa isang radical expression. Ang index natin ay 4 at ang numerator ng a sa loob or sa radicand ay 1. Yan. So, it will become fourth root of a raised to 1. So, we can just remove that 1 as the exponent of a, and then our final answer will be the fourth root of a. So, ganun lang. Next, let's have number 3. we have the given the sixth root of 49. Now, when it comes to numbers naman, ang gagawin natin is we'll try to do the same thing as how we simplify numbers before. Yan. Ang gagawin muna natin is to get the prime factorization of 49. So, ang prime factorization ng 49 ay 7 times 7. So, in other words, that will be equal to 7 squared, di ba? So, we can just get the sixth root of 7 squared. So, kung titingnan nyo dito, katulad na siya ng form ni number 1 tsaka ni number 2, wherein we can just make this to an expression with rational exponent. So, magiging 7 raised to 2 over 6. Ito yung numerator, yung 2, and then yung denominator is yung index. So, we get the lowest term of 2 over 6. We divide 2 with 2 and 6 with 2, making the expression 7 raised to 1/3 or 7 raised to 1 over 3. Yan. Next, we'll try to make this back into a radical expression, making it the cube root of 7 raised to 1. So, for our final answer, pwedeng tanggalin na natin yung 1 na yan and make our answer just be cube root of 7. So, ganun lang kahit may numbers. So, let's have the same example as that one. In this case, let's make it the 10th root of 625. So if we try to make the prime factorization of 625, that will be, yan, parang apat na 5 ata yan. And 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So our prime factorization for 625 will be 5 raised to 4. Yan yung ating prime factorization. In this case, we can just make it simply as the 10th root of 5 raised to 4. So once again, reduce natin to sa isang expression na may fraction yung exponent. So it will become 5 raised to 4 over 10. Yan. Once again, yung 4, yun yung exponent ni 5 kanina, and then yung index natin yung 10. So all we need to do is to reduce this in lowest term. Once again, I think we can just divide both the numerator and the denominator to 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So maging exponent natin is 5 raised to 2 over 5. In this case, ibabalik natin to ulit sa isang radical expression. So mapupunta as index si 5, and then yung exponent ngayon nitong si 5 sa loob or sa radicand will be 2. So our expression will now be yan. So, ito ulit yung numerator. Kanina, ito yung denominator. So, it will be the fifth root of 5 squared. Just to simplify, gagawin na lang natin dyan is i-square na lang natin dito si 5. And that will become the fifth root of 25 because 5 squared is equal to 25. Yan. So, for you to practice this following law of radicals na ginagamit natin to simplify, I'll give you some examples and 5 seconds for you to pause the video and try to answer the following before I show you the answers and the solution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I hope from that time na-pause nyo na yung video, and then etong time na to, kinontinue na siya just to check if your answers are correct. So, tingnan natin. For number 1, from the given the 6th root of x raised to 3, the answer will be the cube root of x. Or kung sagot nyo, cube root of x raised to 1, pagbigyan natin. But you have to remove the 1 for the exponent of x. Next, for number 2, the answer will be the fifth root of w squared. Next, for number 3, the answer is the square root of 11. And for number 4, the answer is the seventh root of 27. Now, you can take a screenshot of this one if nabilisan kayo dahil hindi ko na-explain yung solution and the answer for that one. Yan, tingnan nyo na lang kung saan kayo nagkamali at tingnan nyo kung saan natin tututukan kapag nagsagot kayo ulit ng ganitong itsura na radical expression. Now, as we continue, we will discuss more examples as we discuss another type of law wherein we will apply this law to simplify a radical expression. So ito na yung nested na sinasabi ko kanina. Madali lang naman to kasi kapag nakita kayo ng ganitong form, all you need to do to simplify is to create just one radical sign and then multiply the given indexes. So for example, we have number 1, we have the fifth root of the cube root of x. So fifth root of cube root of x. Ang gagawin lang natin dyan is to create just one radical and put that radicand x inside, and then you just need to multiply 5 and 3. So ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Yan, so ganyan na siya kasimple. So 5 times 3 is 15, so the final answer will be the 15th root of x. So yan na yung ating magiging final answer. Ganun lang kasimple. Multiply mo lang yung kanilang mga index. Now, so let's have number 2. And for example, meron kang given na ganito. This is read as the square root of the fourth root of AB. So, kung titingnan mo, walang nakalagay na index kapag square root. Pero pwede natin dyan ilagay 2. Kasi it's automatically 2 kapag walang nakalagay na index dahil square root ito. Now, same thing na gagawin natin sa katulad ng ginawa natin sa number 1. All we need to do is to multiply the exponent. So, we have 2 times 4. That will be equal to 8. So, we have the eighth root of AB. So, yan na yung magiging final answer natin. So, medyo madali itong type nung radical expression na to. Next, we have number 3. We have the given, the cube root of the fourth root of the square root of m. So, kung di nyo napapansin, tatlo po yung ating radical sign dyan at meron tayong square root. So, lagyan natin ng 2 para hindi nakakalito. Yan, so ang gagawin lang natin is to multiply all the given index. We have 3 times 4 times 2. So that will be equal to, yan, 3 times 4 is 12 times 2 is 24. So our final answer will be the 24th root of m. Yan. Next, so for the final answer or the final example for this one, we have number 4, wherein we have the given, the fifth root of the cube root of quantity x plus y. So in this given, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. We just need to multiply the index kahit na ano yung expression na nakalagay doon sa radicand natin. So on this, we'll be having 5. Yan, ito, 5 times 3. That will be equal to 15. So the final answer will be the 15th root of quantity x plus y. Yan. So yan yung final answer natin. So right now, after all of these examples, I think we can use those examples just to answer a couple exercises. So I will give you once again 5 seconds to answer the following or to simplify the following radical expression. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yan. So, after that one, so tingin ko, na-pause nyo na at na-try nyo ng sagutan at kinontinue nyo na yung video ngayon. So, let's try to check your answers. We have number 1, the cube root of fourth root of a. The answer or the simplified form will be the 12th root of a. For number 2, we have the square root of the square root of 2y. The answer is the fourth root of 2y. And for number 3, we have the square root of the sixth root of the cube root of quantity 3m minus 2n. So our final answer will be the 36th root of the quantity 3m minus 2n. So once again, you can take a screenshot of this one or pwede nyong i-pause yung video sa part na to para makita kung saan kayo part nagkamali at saan nyo ifo-focus once you answer again these kinds of radical expression. But to continue, let's have this last set of examples wherein we'll try to apply naman yung ating tinatawag na quotient law of radicals. So wherein, if you will be having the nth root of x over y, it is also the same as the nth root of x over the nth root of y. So paghihiwalayin mo yung nasa ating numerator and denominator, kukuhain natin yung individual root nila. For example, let's have number 1. Ang given natin ay square root of 4 over 9. So, gamit ang ating quotient law of radicals, pwede nating i-reduce it into an expression that is equal to the square root of 4 over the square root of 9. Ang gagawin lang natin, kuhain natin yung square root ni 4 which is 2 at ang square root ni 9 which is 3. So, ang final answer natin will now be 2 over 3. Yan. So, ganun lang kasimple kung paano gamitin itong quotient law of radicals natin. Next, let's proceed to number 2. Ang given naman natin is cube root of 8a raised to 6 all over 27. So, once again, using this law, separate natin yung cube root of 8a raised to 6 over cube root of 27. Now, kung papansin ninyo, itong 8a raised to 6 at itong 27, both of them are perfect cubes. So, pwede natin kuhaan yung cube root nila nang hindi na natin kailangan i-factor. So, ang cube root ni 8 will be equal to 2. And then, to get the cube root of a raised to 6, all we need to do is to divide that exponent 6 dun sa index natin na 3. So, 6 divided by 3 will be equal to 2. So, yan ngayon yung magiging exponent ni a sa ating final answer. So, it will become a squared. Next, ano naman yung cube root ng 27? So, cube root ng 27 will be equal to 3. So, our final answer will now be, yan, 2a squared all over 3. Yan ang ating final answer. Okay, so as we proceed, let's have number 3. The given is the square root of 75 over 36. Once again, using the quotient law of radicals, we can make it as square root of 75 over square root of 36. So, kung titingnan mo dito, si 36 ay perfect square. So, pwede na natin mamaya kuhain yung square root niyan, which is 6. Pero si 75 is not a perfect square. So, gagamit tayo ng lesson natin before about simplifying radical expression pagdating sa numbers. If a factor ay pa-prime factorization natin si 75 at ang prime factorization ni 75 ay equal sa 5 squared times 3. Yan, dalawang 5 yan, tsaka isang 3 kapag nag-prime factorization kayo. Ngayon, gagamitin natin yung idea na yan. Diba, ang ginagawa natin before ay pinaghihiwalay natin yung square root of 5 squared, then square root of 3. So, gawin natin yon. Yan. And by the way, ginawa na nating 6c square root of 36. Yan. Ang gagawin na lang natin dito is to get the roots of the factors that is having a perfect nth root. For example, we have the square root of 5 squared. So, ang square root ng 5 squared will be 5. And then, ito, mariretain siya kasi hindi naman siya perfect square. At the same time, nasa simplest form na siya. So, our final answer will now be the 5 square root of 3 over 6. Okay, let's go to the last example. We have here number 4. Ang given natin ay square root of 18x cubed all over 49y squared. Yan, gagamit ulit tayo ng quotient law of radicals. So, it will become the square root of 18x cubed all over 49y squared. So, itong 49y squared, yan ay isang perfect square na. So, pwede natin siyang gawin. Square root ni 49 is 7 and then square root ni y squared ay y or y raised to 1. Yan. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, ito na lang nasa taas yung ating isi-simplify. Dahil si 18 at si x cube ay hindi perfect square. So, anong gagawin natin dyan? Si 18, ipa-prime factorization natin. And then si x cube, ganun din, ipa-factor din natin. So, ano magiging factors nila? Yung 18 is equal to 3 squared times 2. Yan, 3 squared is 9. So, 9 times 2, 18. Tama. Then, x cube, finactor natin sa in such a way it will become x squared times x raised to 1. Yan yung ating x cube. Now, from this one, to simplify, yan, para ma-simplify sila, kukuhain lang natin yung square root ng mga merong perfect nth root at ititira natin sa loob ng ating radical sign yung mga nakasimplify na or hindi naman perfect square na factor. So, ito, yung 3 squared, ito perfect square yan. So, square root ni 3 squared is 3. And then, matitira sa loob si 2. Square root ni x squared will be x raised to 1 or x. And then, matitira din yung x raised to 1 sa loob ng radicals. And then, all over 7y. So, our final answer for this one, ang mga napunta sa labas ay 3 tsaka x. So, 3x. And then, ang natira sa loob ay 2x or 2 tsaka x. So, our final answer will now be 3x squared of 2x. Yan, yung may mga bilog, yan yung natira 2x. And then, yung nasa taas, yun yung natira sa labas. Yan. Now, after all of that given examples, I think we are now ready to somehow answer some exercises. So once again, I'll give you around 5 seconds to pause the video and try to answer this following exercises. So 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yan. So after that 5 seconds, so tingin ko na-pause nyo naman na and then na-try nyo siya sagutan. Check na natin yung sagot ninyo. Okay, let's have number 1, the cube root of 1 over 8. That is equal to 1 half. For number 2 naman, the square root of 32 over 16. That will be equal to square root of 2. Ito medyo maraming nangyari. But the final answer yan. Tignan nyo na lang kung saan part kayo siguro nakalimutan nyo i-simplify or nakalimutan yung gawin. Next will be number 3. So the final answer, yan, will be 3a times the cube root of 2a squared times b all over 2. Yan. So, tignan nyo na lang sa solution kung ano yung naging way just to simplify this one. Yan. And once again, you can take a screenshot of this one just to check and or pause the video para makita nyo kung saan natin ifo-focus kung sakaling magkaroon tayo ng exercise about this one. I hope you understand the lesson for today. Until next time, bye!